This is a winter time in Southern California. It's cold out here. It's about 65 degrees maybe. A little warmer in the sun. Too cold for me. Dexter Lexter 123 from British Columbia, BC, says he's out wheeling in the snow right now in his Samurai. Too cold for me. That wheeling in the snow is a lot of fun. What I'm going to do right now is I need to weld these little light tabs on. Yeah, I need to weld these little light tabs on. I'm going to get an LED whip antenna for when I go out in the dunes. But I got nowhere to mount it. I want to mount it up high, so I'm going to put these mounts on right here. I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one over here just for an accessory later on. Maybe get one of those cell phone antennas. High gain. Okay. And to power this antenna over here, I rigged this up yesterday. Just a trailer hitch plug with a cord on it. Because I just want that on there temporary. I don't want to permanently wire it. Never fails. Anyways, I want to get busy on that right now. I need to cover my truck up with something so I don't burn the paint job. Because the little sparks will melt right into your paint and into your glass too. So I think I'm going to borrow my dog's blanket. Alright, so if the blanket catches fire, don't laugh. So what's going to happen here, okay, I'm all done welding, and I see some sparks actually burnt through that blanket and left little dots here on my top. Not too bad though. But anyway, this is going to go like that. See it? This is just for example. I'm actually going to put a lit LED whip, a 5-footer or 6-footer up here. And I was checking it out the other day. The guy was showing me the one he got. It mounts on with a quick disconnect air chuck like this one right here. See it? You know, for your air chucks, your air hoses. They mount that on there like that, and the antenna or the whip has one of these on there. Has the quick disconnect, the male end. So I'll mount something like this permanently, and then this is part of the antenna. So and there you go. It'll be on, and when I'm ready to take it off, just release it, roll it up till the next time I go off-roading. Just leave that on there. Sounds like a good idea. We'll see how good it works. Alright, later on in the day, I washed the truck. I still got to paint the brackets, but I'll do that tomorrow probably when it's a little warmer. Packing up my food here. See, this whole thing here is full of food right here. I got a little bit of everything in here. And I usually take those big bowls of cup of noodles, but I found these today while I was out there, and they're a little smaller than those big cup of noodles. Those big cups are 4.3 ounces. This is 4 ounces, so approximately just about the same size, the equivalency. But the good thing about these is that they're flat. They're not styrofoam cups that break apart and, you know, so they stack good, which is good for packing. Those round bowls are kind of hard to pack. They're round, like I said, and they break open. So I got a bunch of these. And a bunch of other stuff, too. I got stuff left over from my last trip. Cans of stew and chili and sardines and tuna pack lunch kit, Charlie's lunch kit, tuna salads and crackers, but this time I saw these while I was at the market too. They're just little cups of vegetables, because I was going to buy some canned vegetables to add to those chow mein or noodles. These are perfect because they're just single little cups. I don't have to open a whole can. So I'll warm one of these up and throw some vegetables in there, one of these little cups, just to make it a little heartier. The only thing I didn't like about these is these plastic cups, because I bought something like that before. They were the little fruit cups, and one of the fruit cups leaked and it was just like goo all over the place, you know, slimy, sticky, syrupy. So I think I'll maybe put these in a bag or something, so if they do leak or break open from bouncing around. So I got corn, and I got carrots, and I got peas, and I think that's plenty. So you see, this is what I got to eat here. I got everything. I got this is good beef stew, and I got these little things, just crackers and tuna, you know, for you go on a little hike. And I got, what do you call it? Crunchy bars, granola bars, and raisins, and cans of fruit salad and soup, and this is always good, my favorite. Some chili and some Ritz crackers, and plenty to eat. And I'm trying to figure out a good way to pack things in here so when I need it I can get to it without unloading everything, because that blows. So I got my food on one side and I got my extra stuff for the truck on the other side, you know, extra oil and duct tape and jumper cables and my little stove and propane fuel. So one I can get from one side and one I can get from the other window. The only problem with that is everything's so freaking low. I mean, I got to reach in over this thing to get into anything on the bottom. And it's like, I've actually climbed on top of the tire a couple times to get in there, but then this thing's too low and you got to squeeze in there. So it'd be nice if everything was higher or this was lower, or that's what it is. So on top of that, see, I got all the bulky stuff like sleeping bags and sleeping pad and tent. And on top of those, on top of my food and other stuff, it'd be nice if I put it on the roof. You know, all that bulky bedding and stuff. Would be nice if it could go on the roof, but this thing's not designed for carrying anything other than lumber and pipe and ladders. I would have to put a bottom on it. There's no bottom. I'd have to put some kind of a... I plan on doing that sometime, you know, when I got extra money. I haven't had any extra nothing, so... Then I can throw that stuff up there, and that makes getting in and out of here easier and accessing my stuff without taking everything out. Right now I'd have to take all this stuff out of here, this and this, to get to my food. It's not a lot, it's just something to think about. Last time I went out, I put my air compressor in first and my tools. I figure I'm not going to need my tools unless it's an emergency, and I'm not going to need my air compressor till the last day out there. Which was true, but when I was ready to go home, I was like, oh man, I got to empty everything out to get the compressor out because it's way back here. And I didn't want to do that. But yeah, that's just something to think about. So I'm going to put the compressor back here. It's easy to get to. It unloads easy. It's just one thing, but if I had... Oh, here's something to think about. Last time I loaded this truck up, I weighed everything as I was loading it. I'm talking about food, tools, camping gear, 10 gallons of water, 10 gallons of fuel, 40 pounds of ice, a 36 pack of beer, a case of water, my recovery gear, air compressor, And it came out to around 500 pounds. So I figured, okay, 500 pounds in the back. In the front, let's say I got room for 4 passengers. That's 4 people. Let's say they're skinny people at 150 pounds. That's 600 pounds in the front, 500 pounds in the rear. Okay, that's 1,100 already. And then you add the roof rack, the top, the winch, the bull bar, the extra spare tire, the rear bumper, and I'm already overloaded. This truck has a load capacity of 1,200 pounds. According to my book, if I'm reading that right. So, yeah. Something to think about. You get up to the maximum load on this thing quite easy. So that's what the back looks like. I still need to put my I gotta fit 2 5-gallon cans of fuel in here, so I might put my recovery gear on top over here, or probably back over there, and just move the soft stuff around. But that's it for now. You want to pack everything tight, especially if you're going off-road. You don't want stuff flopping around back here, because you'll have a mess on your hands. One more thing to think about: if you got something over 6 feet, it's not going to fit in here. It don't fit in a 5-foot cab. Yeah, isn't that nice? Found that out when I went to Death Valley. Yeah, I took an umbrella. You know, when you go out to the desert, you got to take some shade with you. So I've picked up one of these beach umbrellas at the hardware stores. But it don't fit in there either.